Hello friends, this is Cauldron. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. Here to finish up the Valentione's Day quests. And there was a repeatable quest here, better letters, so we're going to be sending some letters. And I got to this point and saw that there were a few options here. And at that point I just didn't have time to continue it. So let's see, let's go through these one by one. So we're going to see about the letter to the Emissary of Penned Passions. Okay. Lizette. You would see what plagues my heart. You are far... Oh, shit, for Lizette? Lizette's got her own issues. You are far too goodly, Kakushu. I confess that Aloysius' joyful union touched me in a way most unexpected. It sparked within me jealousy of all things. For in her happiness I saw reflected my own desires. Yes, 'tis true. I am here to speak of my own beloved, the man with whom I wish to spend all my days and nights, the very gentleman to whom I am betrothed, one Sir Hortefence. The festivities have run us both off our feet, leaving us not a spare moment to while away together as we once did. I see her as very extra, so I feel like this is an appropriate voice. It vexes me terribly, yet I cannot speak of it to him. It would flush like a schoolgirl and tie my tongue into knots. Instead, I mean to pour my woes onto parchment. Pukty Piko. Oh, this explains a great deal. At first, I couldn't understand what was upsetting you so, but now it's clear as crystal to me. Right then, on to this letter. First, what style should she write it in? Okay. Fix it with prolix paragraphs and poems as is her wont. Yeah, no, it's got to be, keep it simple and straightforward. No, you got to go with who she is. Prolix paragraphs and poems. That's her style. And how should she word her vexations? Forthrightly be coy about them. I feel like forthrightly is still good. Like she seems like a very direct person. Direct and poetic, so direct and roundabout. So did they I wonder if they had 4 letters here. If we're going to see it. For better or worse, the missive's penned. All that remains is its delivery, which I will attend to right away. You got this, Pukty. Uh-oh. Pukty Piko. Goodness me. No sooner had Sir Hortefence read your letter than he made a beeline for the nearest door to race to your side. Oh, yes! It was all I could do to keep him from stampeding through the streets. A small miracle he had the presence of mind to even hold a pen. Oh, so this is a good side. This is a good thing. So I imagine some of these were going to screw up. Lizette. Why do you dance around the issue at hand? Be plain with me or I will never understand. Heavens, perhaps it would have been wiser to be more forthcoming about my issues. I mean, you were forthright. You were just poetic about it. Well, irrespective of this non-committal answer I've received, I am grateful to you for advising me in this matter. I still think I did the right thing. Even if it didn't get her the answer she wanted, I think that she was being herself. Pukty Piko. Your assistance is... Like, if Sir Hortefence doesn't understand, like, who Lizette is, like, I don't know, maybe he's not the right man for her. We'll see. Your assistance has proven positively indispensable, Kakushu. If you have the time and inclination, come by again. There's always more to be done after all. Okay. Yeah, we're going to do this again. So next up is the Nameless Adventurer. The Nameless Adventurer. Is this going to be... I don't know who this is going to be. They're nameless. Staff Spinning Adventurer. Okay, we got another just general party on our hands. We of the Adventurers Guild seek to post a letter to our guild master, Mother Mune. Mother Mune. I have her triple triad card, but I don't actually remember who she is. Though we've yet an untrained and unbloodied passel of adventurers, Though we're yet an untrained and unbloody pastoral adventurers, it still grieves us tremendously to admit that we sought her aid in a task we bungled not several nights gone. We fear this blunder of ours will lower us in her estimation so abominably that we may never work again. We are determined to set this all to rights, but the question is how? What words will move Mother Mioun so that she will see us not as the lumbering dolts who stepped in it? And something that Rack wrote in the comments that really stuck with me is how good Final Fantasy is about treating this holiday not as just romantic love. Like, it's a time to show affection and emotions of all sorts of kinds. And I think this is appropriate for this holiday. Okay, here we go. Pukty Piko. Oh, what a pickle. Count yourself lucky, though, for you're in the presence of a renowned adventurer who most assuredly understands well the problem you face. So, Kakushu, what advice can you impart to our flustered friends? All right. Show contrition and gratitude in equal measure, or tell her that barring this gaffe, you're sensational adventurers. No, contrition and gratitude in equal measures. That's an easy one. You don't make excuses. And who would convince this Mother Mioun to provide them with more work? And what would convince them to provide them? Okay, what would convince her? Failure is a novice's best learning tool, that you would do anything to make up for your previous mishap. I think since she's a guild master, I think you lean into the teaching side of it. Failure is a novice's best learning tool. Yeah, I think, I mean, I sit on an academic committee where we review, like, academic appeals and appeals for different decisions. And, like, some students, let's say, who are coming off probation, who say, you know, I'm coming off this, I had a rough semester, I know I was on probation, but, like, can I take X number of credits next semester? And the answer it is determined just by, you know, what they write and what their situation is. But the students who are learning best from their situation, who are seeing what happened as a chance to take to reevaluate their strategies, reevaluate, and sometimes it's just a single, you know, if someone gets in a car accident, there's nothing real, and that really hurt them. They probably weren't on probation to begin with. Anyway, here, 'tis writ at last. Pukty Piko, then I shall see to its safe and expedient delivery. I feel good about this one. I'd be shocked if this doesn't get a positive response. Pardon my tardiness. Mother Mioun was kind enough to set out tea for me, and I could hardly refuse such an offer. It warmed my heart to see such munificence, and now that I reflect on it, such hospitality is one form of love as well, isn't it? Yes, it is. But I digress. What does Mioun write? What's the symbol on their... Oh, it's a sprout symbol on their bags. Staff spinning adventure. What a relief to it is to read this. She has seen how steadfast our convictions to the guild are. By hook or by crook, we shall not disappoint her. I, for one, am afire with determination. There we go. Your advice has rung true indeed. Thank you for your wisdom. We shan't forget it. And the symbol, I mean the symbol on Pukty Piko's and birds' sacks. Those are like a... I think that's what those are. Those are, yeah, these are like the sprout icon with a little dot above it. The Winsome Pajal. So is this going to be one of the White Mage twins? I mean, one of them is in Garlemald, but no, this is the sister, I guess. That makes sense. Raya Osena, because the brother is in Garlemald. Raya Osena, fancy seeing you here, and fancy still that you are the one to assist me. You're flanked by Moogles. My conundrum is that, as ever, my brother and I are concerned for Kane's well-being. We thought to write her, but I know not what to say, and Arun has lifted not a digit to help. Arun, right? That's the guy who's in Garlemald. I would ask her to be mindful of her health, but does that not sound rather fussy? Even more so when couched in dearest sisters and formal prose, though I suppose Kane is both formal and fussy herself. What's more, I haven't much practice in the way of penning properly worded missives. My sister is, as I mentioned, a touch on the fussy side and holds manners and decorum in high regard. Little doubt that she will read my words with a rather critical eye. Yeah, that could be stressful. Pukty Piko. You speak of Conasena, the elder seed-seer? She's revered among our kind. To think I will soon be delivering a letter to her. What an honor. But enough about me. We're here for Raya Osena. Gokushu, how do you think she should go about this? We're going to go with formal. No need to stand the ceremony, be frank about your concern. No. Show that you're serious by observing proper letter-writing etiquette. Yep, for this recipient, yes. Sometimes it's the recipient who matters, and sometimes it's the sender who matters. Like, I think for Lizette, I was more worried about her expressing herself appropriately. Here, I'm more worried about her getting her point across to the sender. Pukty Piko. Very well, but who should we say this letter is from? Raya Osena may be the one composing it, but it was both her and her brother who meant to ask after her well-being. What do you think? I think it should be from both her and her brother. I think that even though the most direct route is that it's from just her, it's really the concerns of both of them. So I think in spiritually, and it's from both of them, both her and her brother. Okay. Raya Osena. There, I have finished. Might I entrust its delivery to you? Pukty Piko. Why, of course. Away I go, Kupo. I am less certain about this, but I'm still optimistic. Pukty Piko. The elder seed-seer is a wonderful woman, as many have said. She saw how nervous I was and put me at my ease immediately. Your sister is lovely indeed. Uh-oh. Oh, good, okay. Well, we don't know. Raya Osena, I'm glad to hear it. Let's see how she replies. She applauds me for the maturity I show in writing her and says that, as an older sister, she could not be more proud. What a curious response. I ask her to watch her health and she commends on me on my maturity? Strange as this answer is, it seems our words of worry have gotten through to her, thankfully. Though I was initially reluctant, I'm glad we wrote her. My heart is lighter knowing she is well. Your assistance in these family matters is much appreciated. Yeah, this is... I guess... So the first thing I was pretty sure on, but the formality, of course, you don't want to... Yeah, the formality was an easy answer, but the brother thing was interesting, because I thought there was a chance she might have seen it as disingenuous, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay in this case. This time, we're looking at the one who dreams of the wider world. Who's going to be the one who dreams of the wider world? This would make me think Adventure 2. A kid, maybe? I don't know. Elyne. Good day, Kakushu. It's lovely to see you again after all this time. I'm trying to think of where I remember her from. Was she from one of the profession quests? Was she from the taxidermy quest line? I might be mistaken. I'm probably not. I want you to know I've been keeping to your advice and I'm training day in and day out. No, she's not from the taxidermy quest line. I'm hopeful that I'll soon be able to take the open road. She's from one of the job quest lines. But as for why I'm here today, well, I want to write a letter to Kupka Kup, hello pigeon, to thank him for his support. Whenever I feel low, like I want to give up on my dream of seeing the world, Kupka's there for me to lift my spirits. Pigeon just woke up and he is in a snit. What? Okay. A message for Pukty. A message for Kupka Kup, So, Kakushu, how do you think she should start it? Urge him to take time. I think it's thank him for all his encouragement. I think he's someone who would love, who doesn't want to focus on himself. Okay. And how should she finish the letter? Support him in his endeavors as he supports you in yours. Remind him not to overwork himself. I think... God, I feel like either of these can work. I don't think there's really a good answer or bad answer. I'm sure there's a right or wrong one here, but... or better or worse one, but... I think it's support him in his endeavors as he supports you in yours. How could that be wrong? Okay. Elyne, this is going to bother me. All right, I'm Googling FFXIV cold run Elyne. Because I actually my old blog came up from April of last year. She was from the Machinist's quests. It's actually, oh wait, no, not from the Machinist's quest. She was from the Valentione's Day last year. I'm just looking over my notes here. Okay, an Elysian kid named Elyne is feeling despondent. She admires my travels and adventures. We painted a picture of the seaside she loves. She wants to be an adventurer, but she sucks at it. Okay. Yeah, and so she was the center of last year's quest, it looks like. That's really interesting. Or she was something on last year's quest. Okay, let's see how this goes. Yeah, so Pukty is going to deliver it to her to the appropriate pause. I'm glad that he's been helping her. Pukty Piko. If only you could have seen the look on Kupka's face when I told him who had written it. He couldn't stop twirling through the air. It was adorable, but don't tell him I said that. Oh gosh, we have some Moogle fire coming. He was so touched. He managed to find time between his many deliveries to craft a reply, which I have here. Elyne. He was really happy to receive my letter, wasn't he? He tells me he can feel my gratitude and love for him in every word I wrote. As wonderful as it is to talk with him in person, correspondence like this can be rather fun too. I'm more motivated than ever to continue my training now. Than you so much. Yeah, they just forgot a K there. Thank you so much for the advice on my letter, Kakushu. And thank you, Pukty Piko, for delivering it to Kupka. And despite the angsty teen voice, I like that there's genuine enthusiasm in Pukty. So the last one redolent of boughs. This isn't Redolent Rose, I assume, because Redolent Rose is an old personage. I don't know who's redolent of boughs. Maybe a botanist guild member? Pukty. Huh? I didn't even notice this letter until just now, Kupo. Must have slipped into my stack right into my nose, which is something of an astonishment, actually, as its wonderful scent is hard to miss. Let's see, who is it for? Oh, why, it's addressed to you, Kakushu. Oh, it's kind of a surprise. Okay. Fairy King... Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Feo Ul, King of the Fairies, how are you doing? Fairy King's letter. I know very well you're going to have to deal with the worst Scottish accent in history. 1, 2, 3, go. I know very well the fun you're having right now, without me. Considering your tendency to be cold and cruel and heartless, it wouldn't surprise me in the least if I were to learn you've forgotten all about me. I haven't. How could I forget about you? Why, oh, why must I be the one writing you? Your beautiful branch is deserving of so much more attention than you deemed fit to provide. How mean and terrible and rude you are, sapling, my snayak. Pukty Piko. Oh, my, aren't they a sprightly one? I don't know who sent this to you. Suffice it to say that whoever it is will be very displeased if they don't receive a response. Perhaps it's best to pen one now while you're here. So who shall we make your letter out to? How are you going to deliver this? You're just going to dream it up and send it to the first that way? I'll bet that's probably the best way to do it. You probably think it. To my beautiful to dearest Titania, fair ruler of the Fae, or to my beautiful branch, Feo Ul. I think we go with the beautiful branch version, because I think we want to show the personal affection rather than the formal affection. To my beautiful branch, Feo Ul. And how will you express your adoration for them? Such flowers and chocolate to your letter. Remind them they are always in your heart. I think we do the always in your heart. Well, gosh, this is actually tough. I don't think they would be able to physically accept flowers and chocolate. I don't know how that would get to the first. So let's just remind them they're always in our heart. No, I regret that immediately. I should have done flowers and chocolate. I think that they would have appreciated the more tangible gifts. I think this is okay too, but... Having groveled sufficiently onto the parchment, you seal your letter to the Fairy King. Pukty Piko, now then, wait here while I... Oh, the letter seems to be delivering itself, Kupo. Stop. Wait, hold up. Stop, I say. Don't make me come after you. Oh, bother. Wait for me, you silly thing. Wait for me. I'm legitimately nervous about this. I really want Feo Ul to not be insulted. Or King Titania. Because it's not Titania. Like, I don't remember if... I guess Titania's the role. I wasn't sure if Titania was the name of the... always the name of the Fairy King, or if Titania was just the name of the previous Fairy King. But I guess I think it's the name of kind of just whoever's in that role at the time. Pukty Piko. Despite my best efforts to keep up, I lost the blasted thing somewhere out in the Twelves Wood. Then, as if the story needed to be any more peculiar, I discovered a similarly scented missive on the road back. How wouldn't you know, it's addressed to you. Not surprising. Fairy King's letter. Oh, sweetest sapling, I am positively delighted to receive a message from you. Of that much I can assure you. And only that much, for as far as the contents of your letter is concerned, I am less than pleased. No, I am putting it too lightly. I am so far from pleased that I find myself incensed, wrathful, furious. You, sapling, should show your lovely branch the affection I so rightly deserve. Oh, God, I feel terrible now. I'm going to try to redo this quest. Please let me redo this. We've been given the greatest gift of all, the gift of a second chance. So, let's go with... I'm going to stick to my beautiful branch, Feo Ul. No, I'm going to go with dearest Titania, fair ruler of the Fae. No, I'm going to stick with this, and I'm just going to try the flowers and chocolate and see if that works. I don't care what it takes, I'm going to make this work. Flowers and chocolate. Here we are. Fairy King's letter. I just knew my sweet little sapling could suss out who I was from the clues I planted in my letter. Your affection for me was writ so plainly in your last correspondence, I shall return it here in kind. How could I do less? My precious sapling, wherever your travels may take you, wherever the roads you walk lead, know that my heart goes with you. Every step of every path, be they through dungeons dank and dark, or to mountain peaks magnificent, I am there watching over you, always and forever. Oh, that's what we're looking for. Okay, there we go. We beat the holiday, we won. Well, Pigeon is now all set to deliver the mail. This is a great barding. This is a fantastic barding. There's got like, there's special like, there's like roses and letters and little packages in the back in the saddle and they're sealed with hearts. Perfect for Valentione's Day. Good. And let me see what this prismatic heart is before I delete the worst item ever. Oh, okay, that's kind of... And can I do the right as well simultaneously? No, I probably need someone else to do right. Oh, now it just looks like a circle above my head. Okay. Yeah, so it's meant for you to do one side and someone else to do the other. Very neat. Hello, friends. This is Cold Run. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker.
Space hast thou journeyed unto me, as I knew thou wouldst.
We are not traveling back in time. We're just looking at the unending journey. I just wanted to look back at that cutscene for where Hydaelyn mentioned banishing the dark that was referenced in the last main story quest that Battlefries pointed me towards, just to see if there's anything that jumps out at me, really.
But the darkness coveted power, and the balance was broken. Thus was I forced to banish him unto the distant heavens, to forever remain apart, a moon bound.
Right, so she said she banished the darkness to a moon. So, okay, yeah, that's pretty straightforward. Yeah, so nothing else really jumped out at me there. So, as I look at that, I'm not sure what the... I'll have to go back to the last video and check, because I'm not sure on looking at that what was deceptive there. Because everything that she said there, I mean, it seemed like it played out according to what we saw with the Watcher. She did banish, she did banish the darkness into the moon. She kind of trapped his partial form there. And he was getting stronger, and I don't quite understand why what we said, why what we saw in the Watcher's library contradicted that. So I'll have to go take a look at that again. Anyway. Alright, picking up where we left off, on the moon with the Watcher. Thancred. The moon is a ship. Well, now I've heard everything. Yeah, that's kind of going to be a shock to you. You haven't played Final Fantasy IV. Urian J. I should very much like to hear more of this extraordinary story. I'll bet you would. Stola. It may be true, but others will struggle to believe it. I can scarcely believe it myself. Yeah, it's a lot to swallow. Watcher. Helping hands. At long last the Watcher is ready to fulfill his final duty. The Watcher is like the babysitter on... like the nanny on Muppet Babies, where you can never see the head because you're a friggin' kid. The time has come for you to be on your way. The crater at the heart of Mare Lamentorum, where Zodiark was imprisoned, is not so easily traversed, however. Let us call upon Argos, the familiar whom you met earlier. Oh, the doggo! I think Rax said that it was an Afghan hound. He should have no trouble bearing you across. As Hydaelyn created me as the jailer, so too did she create Argos as the bestest boy. Hear that? We're going to see a dog! It is his nature to appear when needed, and yet he is nowhere to be found. Strange. Mayhap the imbalancing of ether has affected him. Let us make for the crushing brand and attempt to call upon him there. You need but recall the path you walked with Argos before, and you will find your way. Alright, puppy, we're coming. Y'shtola, if he labors in service to Hydaelyn's plan, I see no reason not to do as he suggests. I guess. Here's the thing. I think Hydaelyn is sketchy. I don't think most of her servants are sketchy. Shall we make for the crushing brand, then? Yeah. Everyone there is walking off the smart way. Not me. Splat. But before we go there, we got Cactus What You Preach, a new fate that popped up. Let's see, can we get the description before a Lunatender attacks me? Cactus What You Preach. The current stellar alignment signals that the flowering Lunatender's reproduction season is nigh. Gross. Should a population explosion occur, the moon runs the risk of being transformed into anything but a barren wasteland, for reasons beyond the comprehension of mere mortals, simply will not do. Yeah, so they're about to love each other into the destruction of the moon, so let's stop it. We have wended our way over to the Watcher here. Urian J. Naught could prepare me for the boundless beauty of Etheirys, shining, shimmering amidst a sea of stars. Wait, what? Where do you see Etheirys? I'm confused. Etheirys was the planet that once was, right? Etheirys isn't the name of our planet, is it? You're acting like you're seeing Etheirys now. A blue sapphire, one of countless other jewels brimming with life, no doubt. I mean, that's not Etheirys, right? That's just Hydaelyn. Y'shtola. So close and yet so far. Does not the harsh terrain remind you of somewhere we've been before? The Dravanian Forelands, aye. A place that rejects the intrusion... I guess a little bit. Not really. A place that rejects... I see what you're going for. A place that rejects the intrusion of outsiders, where solitude reigns supreme. At the very least, it sounds suitable for Zodiac's prison. It's fair. Thancred. With a little preparation, it might be possible to traverse the gap on foot. Then again, it would be a long, long way down if one should slip. Perhaps another time. Alright, what do you got? The Watcher. The place we seek is just ahead at Chlorophosgrot. You see, Argos cannot manifest without sufficient concentrations of ambient ether. Is Argos a primal? Is Argos the doggo primal? You would be hard-pressed to find a greater confluence than inside this cavern. Follow me. Okay. Interesting. So this is a cavern full of ether, and doggo Argus needs ether to manifest. The Chlorophosgrot. This, like, soupy... That's not water, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what it is, though. Oriange. Is that a cage? No, it's not. Curious. This place doth call to mind Pia Eni, home of the new Mo. It does. That I agree with. Thancred. The guard of Zodiac's prison, eh? Blood-red eyes, slavering maw, and built like a behemoth, I'd imagine. Let's hope he's friendly. I doubt he's going to be like that. It's... Wait, have you not met Argos? I guess you haven't. No, of course you haven't. Ishtola. This entire cave is thrumming with ambient ether. Alas, any further analysis will have to wait. I'm also on the lookout for a sightseeing point. I feel like there will likely be one here. The Watcher. Yes, here will do nicely. The lunar spongoi draw ether from the ground, which is then dispersed into the air. At present, however, the ambient energies are not quite sufficient for Argos to manifest. Might you be willing to spare some of your own to help the spongoi along? Absolutely. 100%. Where are they? Where do I go? Alright, let's spew our ether into the spongoi. Spewing. Oh, welcome back, the bestest boy. Shake, shake, shake. If this dog is a boss fight, I'm quitting. Argos manifests in a flash. He seems glad to see you again. The Watcher. A most fascinating creation of Hydaelyn's, would you not agree? Should the need arise, he is even able to create reflections of himself on a whim. Oh, interesting Chekhov's doggo power to bring up. Though I assure you, it was no reflection which accompanied you earlier to the brand. No, Argos was quite eager to be at your side then, as he is now, it seems. I cannot recall when he last showed such an affinity for anyone. Indeed, I thought him more likely to shy away from you and your companions. That's an interesting twist. Is it just because he's a doggo and he likes being pet? Perhaps it was more than a sense of duty that compelled him to aid you before. Or maybe the doggo was friends with Azem? I don't know. No, that doesn't make sense, because I don't think it makes sense anyway. Just the timelines don't seem to match up. As for your companions... They each get doggos! Doggos for everyone. Ishtola. Unexpected, but greatly appreciated. Everyone gets a flying doggo. I believe we are ready. The Watcher. Then let us return outside that you may cross the chasm. I remember as a kid playing Battletoads, and when I got to that level, I thought it was called the Chasm. That was a reasonable guess for a child. So another new fate here is one giant weep. A group of curious lunar life forms have begun their migration. Loath though you are to put down such pitiful creatures, their spread must be stopped. I gotta say, it's a little bit weird for me to arrive on the moon and immediately begin acting as if I have a full understanding of the moon's, like, ecological needs, rather than letting it do its thing. Thancred. I was expecting something a little more intimidating, a little less man's best friend. Yeah, but aren't you glad? Isn't this better? Urianger. To whom wouldst Hydaelyn entrust the command of so grand a vessel, I wonder? It's definitely going to be the rabbits. It's got to be. They're building it up so much. Y'shtola. Dalamud has long been described as the loyal hound of Menfina, due to its relation to the Greater Moon. Oh. The loyal hound of Menfina. So this is the Greater Moon, and Dalamud was the loyal hound of Menfina. I don't remember. Menfina's got to be one of the 12, right? It seems highly improbable, if not impossible, for ancient peoples to have known of Argos, but now I wonder whether there is some connection. I'm a bit confused on that. Urianger, or not Urianger, Watcher. Your destination is the structure there across the Cradle of Darkness. Climb on Argos's back and he will take care of the rest. Once you arrive, it should not take long to find the ship's crew. The facility is designed to rouse them from their slumber in the event of Zodiark's destruction. Heed their counsel. Together, you may guide the star and its people to a kinder fate. That's an ominous way to say you may... He could have just said you will save the star and its people. I might just be reaching here. Like, I might be paranoid. But guide the star and its people to a kinder fate sounds... I don't know. It sounds like... I'm just looking for things... Never mind. This is fine. I'm just looking for things to be, like, sus of Hydaelyn about. This is where we part ways. But know that I shall ever be watching and praying for your success. Thank you. Y'shtola. Wait, shit. I went to talk to Argos. Oh well. Our allies' assurances notwithstanding, we cannot be certain what awaits us on the other side, so perhaps it would be best if we do not go all at once. I propose the two of us cross first, while Thancred and Urianger wait here. In a second. Doggo? Argos favors you with what could almost be described as a conspiratorial grin. Look at this beautiful puppy. Look at those eyes. What a good doggo. He's got a necklace on. I don't know what that is, but it's like a collar. Probably says Argos in Lunarian. Oh, dang it. Okay. Yes. Y'shtola, onward! A malefic ether yet permeates from the crater. Remnants of Zodiark, most like. Yeah, it does seem most like. Ooh, there's a bridge down there. I didn't notice that before. Northern Mare Lamentorum. Okay, so we're going past the striking brand. So that's red. These gases are purple. Just a little further. Loving Ways Darlings. I am excited for this place. Yeah. New location. What new location? Best Ways Burrow. This is going to be a whole, like, naming way, humming way. That was, I mean, again, the very Final Fantasy IV thing. And the after years expanded on it. Mapping way, the whole deal. Y'shtola. The structure is enormous, though that is hardly surprising given the size of the average Amarotine. Thancred. Apologies for the wait. No, that was the goal. Y'shtola. Right then. Let us head inside and... Oh? Are the doggos coming with? I hope they are. Oh, nope. Or maybe one doggo remains? Probably doesn't want to spend the ether unnecessarily. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Urianger. Most intriguing. A means by which he conserveth energy, mayhap. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Thancred. Well, I certainly wouldn't want him to blink out of existence on our account, helpful as he's been. Thank you, Argos. We'll take things from here. Stay where it's safe, all right? Yeah, no, we want to keep Argos safe. Keep the puppy safe. Even though the puppy is probably powerful enough to fight Zodiark. Y'shtola, if Argos is to remain without, let us not keep him waiting over long. Yeah, we'll be right back. Maybe. We might die. In which case, we would not be right back. What's that? Oh, that would be to get us back where we were. Okay. Alright. We just gonna open sesame this thing? Oh, nope. It open sesame itself. That is gorgeous. And again, I love the color palette here. Like the stark gray and blue. Like it almost reminds me of Labyrinth of the Ancients, but it's not as loud. It's not that fiery orange and yellow. Best ways burrow. But I guess the thing is, like, oh, is that an Aetheryte? That's a gorgeous Aetheryte. The thing is, this. Wait. Okay, so here's what this is reminding. Again, sorry for all the Final Fantasy IV references, but this is shoving it down my throat. When you go into the Crystal Palace on the moon, there's at first up top, like there's an upper level, which is a room that has the 8 crystals in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The crystals are all sort of sentient, and they all talk. And when you go to the thing in the middle, the crystals teleport you into the final dungeon, which is like a series of caves below the moon called the... What was it called? The Lunar Subterrane, I think? So yeah, this is... At the very least, it's hearkening to that, whatever those are, even if they're not sentient crystals, and even if that thing doesn't send me to the middle of the moon. Y'shtola. Its scale is reminiscent of Amaro. Pigeon, don't get off the desk. Or rather, the replica we visited on the first. Orianche. Truly a marvel beyond description. Yeah, you got that right. Thancred. Yeah, well, those, I was distracted again. This is...
Our moonship pilot should be around here somewhere. Is that right?
I mean, they should probably just woke up, right? And my guess is that if it is like 14, they'll have teleported from inside the... Oh, they're little pods! So cute, hello, bunny. Okay. Oh my god, look at them prance. So this is the Best Ways Burrow. So are they going to be called the Best Ways, or are they going to be... There was a name that I think came up because they're a beast tribe in Endwalker, and it came up in like in the very initial like launch thing or something around there, or in the not in the launch, in the release trailer, or the announcement rather. That's kind of gross, but I get it. I get the trope, and you're friggin' adorable. Oh my god, so cute. Bunnies, cat. I know.
Look lively, everyone.
That is a apt voice. An apt voice.
I know. This 1243rd inspection is a mite ahead of schedule, but it is of the utmost importance. For Zodiark, alas, is no more.
1243rd inspection. Okay, so they come out regularly. They are used to getting up and interacting. It's not like they're just waking up for the first time.
As of now, our mighty moon has a new purpose: to bear the people of Etheirys to safety.
So I guess the planet really is Etheirys. I mean, this is They're calling the source planet Etheirys. I always thought it was Hydaelyn, but I guess we're going with Etheirys. I guess it is. I guess I don't quite understand how the source works. But that's what it certainly seems like. It seems like this is... It seems like the other planets may have been their own thing, but they're all part... But this is still core enough, even divided up, to be called Etheirys still. Even if it's not as...
Come, my friends.
Oh my god, you're so happy. The apocalypse is here! Yay!
We must be swifter than swift. There is much to do before our guests arrive.
It just occurred to me. I don't think this is going to happen, but wouldn't it be kind of wild if, like... If the final, like, if the final days actually happened? If the apocalypse comes and, like, the planet is destroyed and, like, we go full Thor Ragnarok here and, like... The true ending of this expansion, or of, you know, the 6.0 portion of it at least, is like these people bearing the rabbits bearing us off to a new world. I don't think they're not going to do that, but like that would be kind of just a neat. I wonder if they put that up on the drawing board.
I expect your workstations to be immaculate, and don't forget to relay our signal to Etheirys. Questions? Yes? No? Maybe so? No? Then hop to it!
My god, they make rabbit puns. And they walk with military precision. The utter shock.
'Tis a rather curious crew she hath chosen. Their endearing forms intended to ease the passengers' hearts,
Oh,
perhaps.
that's actually a great point.
Perhaps.
It's just dumbstruck. Yeah, the moon is so far... Zodiac aside, the moon is much cuter than we would have expected. And I think that's going to be it for me for now for this session. So thanks for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye. I was just about to call it when... This is the Final Fantasy IV town music. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, this is... I'm very happy right now. Okay, see you later for real. Bye-bye.